Welcome to this class. This time we're going to check what are the helping verbs and what's the difference with the main verbs in a sentence. So, a helping verb is a type of verb that takes a supportive role with the main verb. This main verb denotes the action of the subject and it helps to express the main verb's tense, mood, or voice. We have 4 examples: I am working, they will play, she has left, and you must eat. As you can see, the first verb in the sentence is the helping verb, and the second verb is the main verb. Why? Because this is the action that is going to be done. In the fourth example, we have a must. This is a modal helping verb that we are going to check later. The main functions are supporting the principal verb. It means to assist the main verb to convey a full meaning in a sentence. The second one is expressing tenses. It indicates the different tenses. And the third one is conveying modality, that this is used alongside a main verb to affect the verb's tone, tense, or mood, and is also used to express possibility, willingness, and permission. We have 2 main types. The first one is the primary helping verbs that are used mainly to create complex grammatical tenses, for example, perfect and continuous tenses, which show different aspects of time or how long an action takes place. We have here like the specific verbs for the to be. It's is, are, was, were, be, being, and being. For the to have verb, we have, has, and have. And for the to do, we have do, does, and did. Remember that this verb is also used to emphasize in some sentences or questions. And now we have the modal helping verbs that are used to change the grammatical mood of a sentence, and there is only one form of each verb. This means that they are not conjugated. We have for obligation, must and have to. For suggestions, should and ought to. For possibility, might and may. For permission or ability, can, could, and may. For prohibition, can't and mustn't. And for requests, could, may, will, and would. Remember that helping verbs change depending if there is a past tense. Now we're going to check some examples. For the primary helping verbs, we have for future tenses, continuous, and perfect tenses. So, for the future tense, we have the students will not present to theater plays this month. We have the will not because this is a negation, and present is the main verb of this sentence. For the future perfect tense, we have she will have gone before midnight tomorrow. Will is the helping verb, and gone the main verb. For continuous tenses, she is starting a new business. Is the helping verb and starting the main verb. For perfect tenses, she has not studied for 3 years. Has not is the helping verb, studied the main verb. And for perfect progressive tenses, have you been talking with Thomas? Have is the helping verb and talking the main verb. In this case, as you can see that we changed the position of the helping verb because this is a question. For the modal helping verbs, we have for obligation, I must go to sleep. Must is the helping verb, go the main verb. For suggestion, we should go home now. Should helping verb, go main verb. For possibility, she may become the best administrator. May helping verb, become main verb. For permission or ability, you can skate backward. Can helping verb, skate main verb. And for prohibition, we can't smoke here. can't or cannot is the helping verb, and smoke the main verb. Remember that we can shorten this verb. And for requests, we have would you turn off the TV? Would is the helping verb and turn off is the main verb in this sentence. Okay, now let's check some common errors that we may do. The first one is to use the in the past, to use the did, and also use the past form of the verb. For example, I did not travel last year is incorrect because we already have the did in past, so it's not necessary to use again the verb in past. So the correct way is I did not travel last year. And the second error is when we change the position of the helping verb. For example, what thinks Nate about the apartment? The correct way to say it is what does Nate think about the apartment? Okay, remember that when we're asking direct questions, the helping verb always goes before the subject. Okay, now we have in here an activity. You can see 4 sentences. The idea is to correct these sentences because these have some mistakes. This is the first part of the activity. For the second part, I'm going to say 4 sentences. You are going to write it down in your notes or in the comments. And the idea is to identify where are the helping and the main verbs in these sentences. So, let's start. The first one written here says, Mary did came to the party last night. So please write in the comments or in your notebooks what is the correct way to say this sentence. Okay, the second one is how long that cat has lived with you. You will have a few seconds. The third one says, shall meet we at the coffee? So think about what is the correct way to ask this question. And the last one says, did my best friend went with you to the trip? Remember that you can pause the video and go back to check what are the errors that people may do and correct the sentences. Okay, now let's go to the second part of this activity. So I'm going to say 4 sentences, and remember that the idea is to write it down, and yeah, you can underline or you can write what are the helping verbs and the main verbs. So the first sentence is, where have you been? I'm going to repeat it, the question. Where have you been? Perfect. Let's go with the second sentence. The students will not come tomorrow. Again, the students will not come tomorrow. Okay, I hope that you are doing great and you are understanding. Let's go with the third sentence. I am not having another hamburger. I'm going to repeat it. I am not having another hamburger. And for the last sentence, your sister should wear another jacket. Your sister should wear another jacket. Okay, so please leave in the comments your answers about these 8 sentences and questions, and we will check it. And yep, I hope that you understood this topic. If you have any questions, you can see the video as many times as you need. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.